People don't understand how
Stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currencies flowing, every coins on my mind. My coin base the upper, watch your numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, known to the man. Emptying out my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction hit a cash register ring. Ride a blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, that's the profit.
if you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
We gotta get this money on. What's good?
What's good? What's good?
What up, everybody? We back. We back. We got some major updates to go over. I was not expecting this, but Citi and Swift.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Citi and Swift Bank just wrapped a trial that settled payments between fiat and digital currency. So they used USDC plus blockchain plus Swift's messaging system to prove real interoperability is possible. Yes, Swift and Citibank. The transformation is here, guys. So it sounds like it was a pretty successful trial. We're gonna talk about that. Bitwise, looks like Bitwise ETF is set to begin trading on the New York Stock Exchange tomorrow with the ticker XRP. I don't know how they got that approved, but hey, here we are. Let's see. Yeah, we got some other stuff to go over. We gotta talk about DeFi, and DeFi regulations, with the CFTC. So we got a bunch of articles to go over. I'm not even gonna go through the whole rundown. So we're gonna just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and
make sure y'all liking live over here on YouTube, fam.
Yeah, make sure y'all like the live as y'all coming in. Yeah. Like Daniel said, I'm not stressed. Don't focus on the negativity and FUD. Know why you bought and what you hold. For sure. To me, this is the time to be greedy. Now's not the time to. I wouldn't even pay attention to any of that FUD. Don't even pay no attention to it. Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. Some people, y'all gotta remember, people that are angry or that are talking or saying this is a bear market, they either already sold or they over leveraged and they don't have no more money to buy, so they just pissed and bitter and they trying to spread their energy. So be careful. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a good point.
Please ignore those people. They're just in a very bitter spot right now. Some of them are over leveraged. They were probably banking on the market going up this November, and they probably over leveraged themselves. So now, they got to play the waiting game because you only lose if you sell. So y'all be very, very careful, because there's some people that think because they know how to read charts that they can just predict everything that's happening when, it's cool, but sometimes that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's 100%, so you got to be careful. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, let's go ahead and start off with let's talk about Circle. So Circle subsidiary Hashnote launches yield-bearing USYC on the BNB chain. Let's start off with that article. Let me go ahead and share that one. This Circle article right here.
Circle. What's Circle doing? So Circle. So Hashnote USYC comes to BNB Chain. So who's Hashnote? Hashnote is an investment firm owned by Circle. As you already know, Circle wouldn't be nothing if they didn't own a couple companies out here. So, Circle's the company behind the stablecoin USDC. So Hashnote launched a special token called the USYC on the BNB chain. USYC represents shares in the money market fund that earns interest from safe assets like US Treasury bills. This matters because it brings more than $1 billion of earned interest assets into BNB's chain's DeFi world, so big investors can use USYC as collateral while still earning yield. So think of USYC like a digital fund that invests in very safe short-term government debt, which is those T-bills, and reverse repos, right? And it pays you yield about 4% APY recently, and by the token price slowly going up over time. And you don't have to stake or click anything to claim. Your value grows automatically, right? So the size is about, over $1 billion under management. The product's own dashboard shows over 1.2 billion and reports asks the company why there's a difference, because the recent seven-day APY is around 4%. It could always change. And the settlements, if you're eligible, you could subscribe or redeem for USDC almost in real time. So this is strictly for non-US institutional investors who pass KYC and get their wallets allowed listed. And why are they using BNB Chain? Because BNB has lots of users, fast transactions, and many DeFi applications. Institutions want regulated, yield-bearing assets that they could plug directly into DeFi as collateral. So since Circle owns Hashnote, it works smoothly with USDC liquidity on chain. So who can use it is for non-US institutions and that complete the KYC and are approved to interact with smart contracts. So it's not for retail, right? So it's not for us. It's not for us. It's for the institutions that's outside of the US. So big picture shit, tokenized treasuries, and this launch adds another large list of large compliant interest earning building blocks to BNB's DeFi chain, and similar to other institutional moves like BlackRock's build for the BNB chain as well. So Binance getting that footprint out here.
Yeah, I think they'll be operating in the US here momentarily. 2020, sometime in 2026, they'll be back over here. We'll be reporting on it.
Sure will.
Okay. That was some pretty cool news. Okay. Let's talk about Trump and World Liberty Financial real quick. So it says Trump-backed World Liberty Financial reallocates funds following third-party security lapses.
Okay.
I was like, what? So what? Yeah, what's going on with that? So World Liberty said it froze some user accounts in September following third-party security lapses and is beginning to reallocate funds to secure wallets. So yeah, they're facing congressional scrutiny over alleged token sales to entities in sanctioned regions, including North Korea, Russia, and Iran. So today they said that they are working to reallocate user funds and verify users' identity via KYC checks following potential breaches. In an X post, the Trump Connected Project said that a relatively small subset of user wallets were compromised via phishing attacks or exposed seed phrases. So due to third-party security lapses, the project is now testing new smart contract logic to safeguard these accounts. So users who submitted tickets and satisfied the required checks will have funds reallocated to new secure wallets. And this was from World Liberty. So in September, we froze impacted wallets and verified ownership to ensure a smooth transition. It is unclear how many users were affected or the total amount of funds at risk. World Liberty noted that the issue was not a World Liberty financial institution platform or smart contract issue. Even with issues stemming from external vulnerabilities, the team prioritized the security of its users while meeting regulatory requirements. So yeah, earlier this week. So what is this sanction sale? So earlier this week, Elizabeth Warren and Jack Reed called upon the Department of Justice and Treasury to investigate alleged World Liberty financial token sales to two sanctioned entities, citing a September report from accountable.us, and this was according to CNBC. So the suspicious transactions reportedly involved North Korean hacking group Lazarus, which is a sanctioned Russian ruble-backed sanctions evasion tool, and the Iranian crypto exchange that Watchdog claimed. But it is unclear whether World Liberty's announcement on Wednesday is connected to Warren and Reed's letter. So this is not the first time that World Liberty, which names Eric Trump, Donald Trump Jr., and Barron Trump as co-founders, has raised concerns among Congress members who have raised concerns of potential conflicts of interest. So of note, several blockchain security experts, including Taylor Moorhayen, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but security lead at Ethereum's largest wallet MetaMask, and Nick Bax, founder of UMP.eth, challenged some of the on-chain analysis performed by accountable that connected to an address in Lazarus. So I don't know what's going on with that. But it sounds they're trying their best to try and get World Liberty Financial roped up in something. That's why they got to be careful over there. They got to cross their teeth and dot their eyes because they watching every single transaction going on over there. So I don't even know why they let this happen.
That's block. Listen, it's the blockchain, fam. It's immutable. So, hey, I mean, they better, like you said, they better watch their eyes and watch where they putting these funds at. But you know,
Yeah,
they gonna be able to swing it. I feel like they're gonna be fine. If anybody gonna be fine, Trump gonna make sure he's straight.
yeah. No, that's just so it's funny because me and my mom was talking earlier, and I was telling her, I said, whatever Trump mission is, he's trying to get it done before midterms. I said after midterms, I don't even think is going to care about his presidency. We'll see, but whatever power move, whatever he's trying to set up for his last name and power move, because this is beyond money. He's a billionaire, but whatever power move that he's trying to do, of course, I think his goal here is to become a trillionaire. But I think he also wants that Trump name in that same category with the Rothschilds and the rest of them evil ass families. He wants his name in that realm, and whatever he own, once all this crypto stuff go over and he accomplishes that, I don't think he's gonna give a damn about his last 2 years of his term. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I wouldn't be surprised, and forgive me for saying this, and please let me know y'all feedback. I wouldn't be surprised if he faked his death. I wouldn't be surprised if he faked his death delay.
He's gonna be Tupac. He's gonna do the Tupac.
He could, but then again, I don't know if he's gonna get him the satisfaction. I don't think he'd quit or drop out, but because I don't think he would give the Democrats and all his haters the satisfaction. But whatever it is that he's trying to do, that we all know is a big move. Whatever his power move / financial move that he's making is like, he's not gonna care about this shit no more. Like, it's gonna really kind of be beneath him in a sense because of where he's trying to go. He's trying to go to the upper echelon, whatever you want to call it. He's trying to go up there. Like, so this shit, you know what I'm saying? He's just known for coming from a wealthy family, and they known for real estate, and he known for bankrupting companies and all this shit, and somehow still became a billionaire. So he's past all the shit we be talking about. He on some other shit. So it's like after he accomplishes this and get this crypto and blockchain shit in order and this DeFi shit, once all of that's done, he could care. I don't think he's gonna give a shit about his last 2 years of his term, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. He gonna spend his last 2 years making sure whoever comes in 2028, making sure that they in a living hell. As all presidents do.
Somebody says Trump's ego's too big to let people think he is up out of here.
Yeah. That's why I said it could be that. That's why I said his ego may not let him. I know it ain't gonna let him quit or anything like that. But then again, it's like whatever he about to prove is like, yeah, checkmate, bitch. Like,
I mean he's in the 70s now, fam. So he could chill.
I thought he was in the 80s. How old is he?
80s, yeah, 80s. My bad. He 80s.
Yeah, that nigga. He hitting 100 soon.
Like, like 80, fam. That joke 80.
Yeah. So
right?
yeah,
he's 79. 79, close enough.
79. Oh, okay.
He'll be 80 next year.
Old as hell to me. So we'll see. We'll see. Whatever it is, I don't really think whatever he accomplishes, I don't think he gonna care after that. Once he get this blockchain shit going, gang, I don't think he gonna give a shit. To be honest with you. He's like you said, he's 79 years old. That nigga tired. He's like dealing with you motherfuckers. Like
yeah, man. You gotta sit down somewhere. But he's the type of joker that can't even sit down somewhere, man.
No, you gotta be doing something.
Like what he's supposed to do. What's his retirement look like to him? He's just going. He needs somebody to talk to. He needs the camera on him. He's that. He's like that.
Yeah. So let's talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin to 73K. Be prepared with the price levels to watch during a bear market.
Bitcoin to 73K.
There they go with that bear market word.
So basically, the big idea is, the price ladder where Bitcoin often pauses or turns. These are steps in place, where lots of buying and selling orders, liquidity is going to happen. Recently, Bitcoin has been stepping down for sure. So what's happening now is that price zones are like floors in the building. So Bitcoin fell from the penthouse around 126,000 and dropped through several floors. It's now moving between the 80s and the 90s, right? So 85,000 is a strong step because that's a strong support step, right? It's lots of past buying and selling happened at that area. So there are many strong steps between 89 and 85,000. So if it starts falling, it could slide faster to 85. I think Sid said that earlier when we was on live. It will complete the move similar in size to a recent drop. Markets often move in matching steps. And if sellers stay in control, 85 is likely the next stop. If it breaks 85, the next floor is the low 80s, and then is 77 to 74, and then around 73,000, it could be used as a big ceiling. It was used as a big ceiling in the past and could act as a strong support later. So the extreme case is as low as 49,800. That would feel scary, but it is known as an old floor. So I think that's what they was talking about on TikTok and YouTube yesterday when, what was it? The Bitcoin X account said something about 40-something thousand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay. Yep. So the extreme case here is a $49,800 Bitcoin. It could bounce fast, but we don't know. Do I think it's gonna go below 80? Probably. We're probably gonna see it in the 70s, for sure. But
does this have anything to do? Does this dip has anything to do with Japan?
Oh, what's going on in Japan, fam?
They're
not buying no more debt.
That and the reverse carry trade, since that's unravel. They over leveraged.
Can you imagine Bitcoin going all the way down to like 40 something?
Motherfuckers is gonna cry. They gonna cry, and just don't come to BlockNation with that shit, cause I'm gonna cut you out. Motherfuckers gonna be crying. I don't want to hear it. I don't hear it, gang. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't want to hear it.
So we'll see. Yeah. None of this is a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. It's just a roadmap of likely cost points, not financial advice. Man.
Somebody said, "What is Saylor's liquidation level?" He can't. Yeah, he go bankrupt if it go under 70, I believe. So,
he playing his part though.
Yep. Yeah, it's a plot. It's a plot for everyone to sell, so you can't buy back in.
Somebody said, then stop promoting it. Stop promoting what?
Stop promoting what? We don't promote Bitcoin. Slow. Ain't never promoted Bitcoin. I actually told y'all, unless your bankroll like that, you a multi-millionaire, you should not.
No, he said crypto. Bro, why are you here, fam? Why are you here? You in the wrong channel. Go. Just turn the page. Turn the channel, fam.
Swipe up.
Yeah, swipe up. Go watch some ratchet shit.
The market follows after Bitcoin. Yeah, and the assets we're talking about is decoupling. So the whole market's not about to be following Bitcoin too much longer. See, that's the old cycle. So you're a little over your head right now because you sound a little behind. Yeah, that's the old. We're in a new day and age in crypto. So all of that following Bitcoin talk, all that shit getting ready to be over with.
Queen said things done change.
Right. That's not speculation. That's what's happening. Because Bitcoin dropped over $20,000. Over $20,000. Like, so then the rest of the market, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm waiting for XRP. Like, as much as Bitcoin dipped, then XRP should have dipped. XRP should be like $1.50 right now compared to, you know what I'm saying? If it was following Bitcoin, XRP should realistically probably be like, what, $1.60, $1.70? It should be in that range because Bitcoin went from 126,000 to wherever it is right now. But XRP
in that $2 range.
Still holding over $2, so it's $2.11. So I think this ain't speculation. We're seeing the market. We're seeing these utility assets decouple, literally. So we're in a new day and age, though. It's over with for all that. Like that Bitcoin halving that 4-year cycle. We literally talked about that on what was that, Monday? How that cycle is over. So a lot of y'all are behind because that cycle, and we actually broke that down and went over that. But you must be new to the channel. So I'll give you a little bit of grace, but you must have just got here. Anyway, next article. I ain't even about to sit here and talk to people who ain't keeping up what the hell going on. Let's talk about side chains pay, XRPL. So side chain, yeah, let's talk about this. So the real tug of war over staking and XRP's future.
So if y'all don't know what the XRPL is, it's XRP ledger. So, blockchain was built back in 2012 to move money fast and cheap. If you're a newbie here, because I know there's some people in here that's probably new that probably don't even know what we're talking about when we talk about any of this stuff. Y'all probably barely know what Bitcoin is, right? So it uses the trusted validators, which is a unique node list instead of mining or staking rewards. The key difference is the XRPL pays validators nothing. No staking rewards, no block rewards, no slashing. Fees are tiny and mostly to stop spam, not to pay people. This made the XRPL simple and stable for payments. But today's crypto world is very focused on yield and earning interest, right? So this is the problem. So DeFi, decentralized finance, attracts money by offering yields. The XRPL does not do that. So less money sticks around the XRPL compared to change like, Ethereum or Solana, right? And then some XRP holders go to side chains and bridges to get yield elsewhere, right? So Ripple X engineer head Ayo Akinelli says that the XRPL would need a reward source. It doesn't have one yet. It would need a fair way to pay those rewards without making the system centralized, right? So they're still saying that, system ain't centralized. This is what they're saying. This is a Ripple X engineer. It's not centralized. All right. What's that? We're going to take that with a grain of salt. Why is that risky? Because if the validators earn money, they might all run cheap servers in the same cloud region to save costs, making the network less decentralized and less resilient. So paying fees to validators can invite spam, Sybil attacks if open to everyone, or political fights if limited to small and trusted set, right? And then David Schwartz added that there are experimental ideas that they're doing, but, they add complexity and risk without solving current pain points. So it's not ready or worth, discussing yet right now. That's what David Schwartz said. And he's the Ripple CTO. So what users are doing instead is they're getting yield off ledger. So, for example, the MXRP on the EVM sidechain, comparable with Ethereum tools, and then users can stake XRP via Midas and get MXRP, earn up to 8% by using it in DeFi. And then the MXRP reportedly has about $25 million in total value locked and expanded in the BNB chain, once again, where a large group of XRP holders have hundreds of millions in wrapped XRP. And then listing on DeFi markets lets people stack yield, collateral, lending, liquidity pools, rewards, all that stuff. And what this could mean for XRP's future is two paths. So the first is to add some kind of native staking yield, not for consensus, but for services and features, right? The pros to that is it attracts new investors, keeps more capital on the XRPL, deepens liquidity, and then XRP feels more productive like other DeFi tokens. The cons is it risks centralization pressures, and then it changes XRP's identity from pure utility payment token to a yield token, and that could increase volatility and governance tensions, right? And then the other path would be keep XRPLs as it is, no staking, minimal incentives. The pros to that is it stays true to the fast, reliable payments, neutral, predictability, resilience. And then the cons is slower growth versus yield-heavy chains, and users may keep seeking yield on side chains and other networks, which is fine because that's what they do right now. I think XRP is going to be just fine if they do the latter, if they just don't do any staking or whatever, because They're gonna be doing so much other shit. It don't even matter. But hey, I could be wrong. Time will tell.
This is gonna
But
be interesting.
who don't want to earn yield on their money? That's the crazy thing. Who don't want to earn yield on their money? People want to earn yield on their money. So I feel like they may have to try to find a happy medium somewhere. But
they're gonna have to because we done got access.
Right.
That's all we know now. So it's like I seen somebody in the comments earlier say, they only invest in their assets that they can earn yield from. Other than that, and that makes sense. I like that strategy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We done got a taste of this. We done got, you know what I'm saying? We got access. So yeah, that's time will tell. I mean, they ain't gonna have a choice for real.
No, they're not. Shout out to Daniel with the super chat. He said, "You don't know nothing about crypto." Donald Trump.
Oh man. I gotta play that for the one time.
Well, you don't know much about crypto. You know nothing about nothing. You fake news.
So they gonna have to find they'll find a happy medium somewhere, but I guess they want to keep the integrity intact of their system, of their ecosystem, of their ledger anyway. So we'll see what happens, because I know some of y'all done got a taste of DeFi, and they want that. You want to earn interest on your bread, no matter what system it is, right? You want to multiply your bread. So, but if things happen like how we have been saying possibly is about to happen, then I don't think it's gonna be too many people complaining. So anyway. I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be too big. People gonna be like, "Oh, okay, all right. We'll get to it when we get there. We get there when we get there. We'll figure all this other shit out in the middle of it, but we'll get there."
Yeah. So since we kind of talking about DeFi a little bit, let's talk about the CFTC chair addressing DeFi regulation and nomination hearing.
Okay.
So yeah, let's get into that real quick because I thought that was pretty juicy. So, Michael Selig, again, I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, but he is nominated to become the chair of the CFTC. He addressed questions about crypto, DeFi, and how the agency should regulate digital asset markets. He noted that digital asset economy has grown to nearly $4 trillion and said we're at a unique moment in the history of our financial markets. He said we should evaluate on-chain markets or applications and ask, where is the intermediary? What features exist? What's the product? So he opposed regulation by enforcement as the sole method, warning it could drive companies offshore. So the hearing referenced a market structure bill under the Senate Agriculture Committee that could give the CFTC more authority over spot digital commodity markets. So yes, this is another piece of the puzzle that would get us to tokenized assets, institutional flows, macro hedging, and the evolution of global finance. So the key takeaway at this hearing was regulation matters. So both as a risk and as a catalyst. So this is the next wave of crypto. So I'm glad that that's what he brought up in the hearing, making that clear. So it won't just be about protocols or tokens. It will be about infrastructure, compliance, adoption, and jurisdiction. As we showed y'all before, they are going to regulate DeFi in the next, 6 to 9 months. So since we know regulations is coming with market structure, DeFi, I don't know why on earth y'all are gonna wait until you get DeFi regulations to get into it. That is when you're going to miss the motherfucking train, ladies and gentlemen, because those liquidity pools only have a certain amount of spots. Once the bus is full, you're not getting on. I don't think y'all understanding that. You're ahead of the institutions. Take advantage of that. Now's the time to be learning. Now's the time to be learning how to rebalance a portfolio. A lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? We all self-custody. You want to be in charge of your assets, so you got to operate like a bank, but you got to be first there. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a pioneer with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Waiting for regulations. Yeah, you can wait for regulations before you put in big money, but you can still be learning DeFi with, $50, $20 just to get your feet wet so you know what the hell going on. But waiting waiting to learn it, educate yourself on it, waiting for that moment when we get regulations, you're gonna be too late. Them institutions gonna have so much money to get in, they is not gonna be worried about your little bot order. I mean, but then again, we might be in a different realm by the time they regulate DeFi. Some of us might be really up by then, so some of y'all might be all right, but I just wouldn't wait. I would go while there's plenty of space.
Plenty of options.
Plenty of space for me to get in. You know, you don't want to see that buffer just circling and then say, "Oh, sorry, we can't give you access. We've sent the funds back to your USDC."
Speaking of, we got calling we got calling about 20 minutes. Just letting you know. Watch the time.
Oh shoot. Okay, yeah. For those that are in the Patreon, yeah, we do got a call in the next 20 minutes. So yeah, let me go ahead and wrap this thing up. We got a couple more articles to go over. So yeah, let's talk about this advocacy group proposing DeFi solutions to address global poverty.
We should have been addressed this a long time ago.
Been addressed it. So yes, advocacy group proposes DeFi solutions to address global poverty. So it says DeFi, the DeFi Education Fund on advocacy.org argues that DeFi can help reduce global poverty by making financial services drastically cheaper. Specifically, they estimate that DeFi could save up to $30 billion per year for unbanked or underbanked people by reducing remittance costs. They have they say remittance costs could be reduced by up to 80% using DeFi. So yeah, this it's called, the root causes is the poverty premium. So this article references the concept of the poverty premium, meaning low income households often pay more in financial services costs because the legacy financial infrastructure is inefficient and not optimized to serve those with fewer resources. DeFi can help by removing intermediaries and using software instead of relying on antiquated financial systems. So they admit DeFi isn't costless, nothing is free, but we can dramatically reduce the cost of financial services, give them greater control of their finances. So according to the DeFi Education Fund, only 3% of Americans are familiar with DeFi. That is how early y'all are. Only 3% of Americans are familiar with DeFi. That's very low awareness. But despite that, their polls suggest significant openness. 50% of adult Americans value having full personal control over their money. 54% want full personal control over the security of their financial data, and 53% want to see their full financial history. So the article ties their proposal to current conversations in the U.S. Congress about a market structure bill for digital assets. The DeFi Education Fund is clearly pushing for favorable policy to scale DeFi in ways that help low-income people. So this matters because of financial inclusion and tokenization. So this is a very real argument for DeFi beyond speculative yield. It shows that DeFi could be used as infrastructure for financial inclusion, especially for remittances, which is a major cost for migrant workers and unbanked populations. Then is the global reserve currency implication. If DeFi becomes a go-to for cross-border payments and cheap remittances, that strengthens the case for tokenized stablecoins or digital deposits being part of a future global financial architecture. Also, regulation as a lever. So the success of this model depends heavily on regulatory clarity. Without good policy, DeFi might not scale in the way needed for these poverty alleviation use cases. So yes, power to individuals. So the values they highlight: control over money, control over data, transparency. That all aligns with the with the economic empowerment. So for people currently locked out of banking or stuck with costly intermediaries, DeFi could feel more liberating. Bro. So yeah, this is very promising. So the DeFi Education Fund is making a strong socially impactful argument that aligns with DeFi's original ethos: decentralization and empowerment. but execution matters. So the $30 billion saving is an estimate. Its realization depends on adoption, infrastructure, and regulatory alignment. So this is a powerful narrative piece right here, this article. So yeah, DeFi isn't just speculative anymore, guys. I'm gonna say that one more time for the people in the back. DeFi isn't just speculative. It could serve as real financial infrastructure for underbanked communities.
That looks like a real world use case to me.
That is pretty fucking powerful. That is pretty fucking powerful.
Let's get this rolling. Because there's people that need the help. There's people that need the, need the assistance.
People need DeFi. The world needs DeFi. And niggas talking about, I'm gonna wait for regulations. Nigga, that's too late. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to just put it to y'all like that. Like I'm not saying go throw a whole bunch of bread, all your XRP. I'm not saying that. I'm saying get your feet wet, nigga. Go ahead and be educating yourself. Like, no, waiting for regulations to learn this shit is you're doing yourself a disservice, especially because you already knew about it. Like, don't be waiting. Y'all see how of high importance DeFi is about to be. So imagine being ahead of the curve, gang. This is a Patreon link in the bio. We got a call coming up in the next probably 15 minutes now. So let me go ahead because I'm gonna get off that because it's at this point I ain't working with y'all niggas. Y'all got it. Y'all are right. I'm wrong. Y'all right. So Citi, this the last article we got to go over, and then I'm just gonna show. We'll talk about Bitwise a little bit, but that's it. So Citibank completes landmark fiat to digital currency payment settlement workflow trial with Swift. Citi completes landmark fiat to digital currency payment settlement workflow trial with Swift. Y'all heard that correctly. Okay, if you go, I seen it on X earlier. Yes, Citi and Swift Bank, they wrapped up a trial that settled payments between fiat and digital currencies. They use USDC, blockchain, and Swift's messaging system to prove real interoperability is possible.
This is one of the big four.
Yes.
This is one of the big four.
Yeah, this is one of the big four, for sure. So Citi and Swift announced a successful trial of a fiat to digital currency payment settlement workflow. A payment versus payment model between a traditional fiat leg and a digital asset leg. So the trial used Swift existing infrastructure augmented with blockchain connectors, orchestrators, and smart contracts. So it employed test USDC tokens via Circle Internet Financial on the Ethereum Sepolia testnet to simulate near production conditions. And what is this? A bespoke messaging standard was designed to span from trade initiation to settlement, confirmation accounting for both fiat and digital currency characteristics. Although both legs settle, this is not atomic. Both legs do not settle in one individual transaction because the workflow spans two technologies. Citi projects the stablecoin issuance market could reach USD $1.9 trillion by 2030. So this matters because of institutional readiness. I'm gonna say that again: institutional readiness and legacy infrastructure bridging. So this trial shows that major institutions like Citi, like D said, a top four institution, plus legacy infrastructure, which is Swift, are actively bridging fiat systems with DLT ecosystems. The message: the old world isn't going to be completely replaced overnight. It's being integrated. So this is a signal that digital asset workflows are migrating from niche crypto toward institutional plumbing. So fiat and digital currency settlement model. So the payment versus payment concept reduces settlement risk in cross-border payments. This is a key pain points by enabling fiat and digital currency legs. You see how tokenized deposits or stablecoins are becoming more relevant. You can highlight the maturity might feed into arguments for digital collateral systems or a future global reserve framework with tokenized assets. So stablecoin market potential and reserve implications. With Citi projecting stablecoin issuance to hit $1.9 trillion by 2030. It underscores the scale of the strategy. So this is a flag that stable coins aren't just tools for retail or crypto natives. They are becoming part of institutional thinking. So this connects directly with the new global reserve currency system. So yeah, the trial explicitly notes the workflow is not atomic. The fiat and blockchain legs happen separately but are synchronized. So yeah, it's showing interoperability, guys. So this is crazy because this this test net that they did or trial that they just did is right before November 22nd, which is the final date for ISO 222 messages.
Gotta make sure it's right.
You gotta make sure it's right. So yes, this is very positive. This is a very positive signal for institutional adoption of crypto infrastructure. So the digital asset evolution is here.
Yeah.
It's here.
If you a newbie, you better get on it ASAP. Because it ain't time, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking.
Yeah, so this is Citibank. For all the newbies, this is Citibank. If you new, drop a 1 in the chat. On Sunday for $55, me and D are doing a intro to crypto class. Just because there's so many people that's been DMing us, helping us. Hopefully y'all are in these lives before Sunday. But y'all know we are doing a intro to crypto class on Sunday. Yeah, y'all ain't got time. We did it a quick turnaround because that way you ain't got time to be sitting around pondering on it before you miss this opportunity. A good point was brought up to me today because I had tweeted that this logically isn't making sense to me that we don't have the market structure deal already signed yet. We're 3 days away from the ISO 222 deadline. And I'm like, it's crazy. We don't have the market structure bill. This logically don't make sense. But I also understand that this is theater and this is an agenda. So someone brought up a good point that we do have a certain asset that doesn't need the Clarity Act because they already got regulatory clarity in court. And I said, well, damn, you're right. They sure did sit in court for about 5 years. And they sure as hell don't need no damn Clarity Act. And so with us having this liquidity, because a liquidity crisis is imminent, it's only one solution. And that solution just so happens to not need the Clarity Act for them to use it and to issue it. Pretty interesting. So I thought I'd bring that to y'all attention. I thought that was pretty interesting. Speaking of XRP, just the last thing we're gonna go over, then we gotta head to this Patreon call. But Bitwise. So the Bitwise XRP ETF is set to begin trading on the New York Stock Exchange tomorrow with the ticker XRP. I seen somebody in the comments earlier say they're using that to confuse people from the real asset versus the wrap one or the ETF one. I thought that was a good point. Shout out to whoever said it in the comments on TikTok. But it says it has a management fee of 0.34%, which is waived for the first month. Damn, that's good. First, they about to get hella volume. First month on the first $500 million in assets. This product brings investors spot exposure to XRP, the crypto asset that aims to modernize global payments. So this is interesting. This is straight from Bitwise's X account. So it says, here's why XRP is interesting. It's one of the longest running blockchains with a 13-year track record and super vibrant community of supporters. It's the world's third largest digital asset with $125 billion market cap. It's going after a massive $250 trillion in cross-border payments opportunity. It can settle payments in 3 to 5 seconds for fractions of a cent. And a growing list of assets are being tokenized on the XRP ledger, including U.S. treasuries, digital commercial paper, private credit, and money market funds. So yes, they said that our mission at Bitwise is to provide access to the most exciting things and themes in crypto. We're thrilled to launch XRP and bring XRP's potential real-world impact to investors through a professionally managed investment vehicle. Learn more at XRPetf.com. Yeah, that time they excited. Ticker XRP, not playing. They not playing. So yeah, make sure y'all get in that Patreon, y'all. Get in that Patreon. Learn DeFi. Please ignore all the FUD. It's gonna be a lot of bitter Bitcoin maxis when Bitcoin dips to when it get in the 80s and it starts staying there. Then it goes to the 70s and it starts staying there. You have people come in the comments talking about we ain't decoupling. They hate to see it go, but y'all gotta let Bitcoin go. Y'all gotta let Bitcoin go. Listen, this whole little time, I'm gonna say this, then we gotta go. These last 10 years, you know what I'm saying? At least the last 5, I'll just say the last 5 years, they've been showing y'all the infrastructure. It's documented, y'all. It's been documented by the IMF, the BIS. Like, it's been documented by World Banks. Documented time and time again. They were showing y'all and telling y'all this is what we're getting ready to do. And Bitcoin was not in that conversation. So y'all have to be ready. This is why you don't marry XRP either. Don't marry any of these assets. It's business. We're here strictly for a return on investment. Get your money, and when it's time to move on to the next opportunity, move on. Let the Bitcoin maxis be an example for everybody to know when to move on, or you're going to be fucked up like they are. They can't sit here and fathom the fact that a lot of these assets is finna decouple from Bitcoin. They finna decouple, and Bitcoin will not be the number one spot. I'm going to have Kirk come on here. I'm going to try and get him on here again so he can do the math and tell y'all how XRP, I think XRP ain't got to be, but was it $39 to overtake Bitcoin in market cap? That's it. I think it was it $39 or $49? It was something like that. XRP ain't even got to be $100 before it will overpower Bitcoin in market cap. Literally. So, y'all, please don't marry these assets. Let's get this money on. Let's stay team money, stay team green. Let's stay, you know what I'm saying? Let's stay diversified. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get this bread because we got the documentation. You know what I'm saying? So, we already seen the paperwork, y'all. We see what's going on. So let's go ahead and stick to it. Other than that, if you a newbie, get in that class on Sunday. The link is in the bio, is in the description. Make sure you get in that class, the intro to crypto class. We're gonna be teaching that on Sunday. Get in that class. If you want to get in the Patreon to go ahead and be learning DeFi, go ahead and be learning DeFi. Y'all already see the CFTC chairs letting y'all know we gotta regulate it. We gotta get this going. So it would be behoove of you to go ahead and be learning DeFi. Get in the Telegram. You just want to be a part of a community, have some support. A lot of us ain't got nobody to talk to about this shit. Get in the Telegram gang. Other than that, we about to go and get on this Patreon call. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. Y'all be easy. Stay dangerous. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later. All right, YouTube. Appreciate y'all.
Well, you don't know much about crypto. You know nothing